Deep beneath the ruins of Shoreline's resort, past the locked doors, the broken hallways, and the places that most players will never go, there's something different that lurks down here inside of the deep, dark. What profane rituals, what human experiments took place down here in this labyrinth? All we know is that whatever was created down here, it didn't stay buried. The Shadow of Tagilla hunts you. Alright, enough of that. Hey guys, I'm Ghost and welcome back to another Escape from Tarkov video. When I clocked most of my 4,000 hours in Tarkov, the Labyrinth did not exist. Returning to this game for 1.0 has brought some incredible new experience for me that have given me that fresh, new Tarkov feel. In this video, I'm going to talk about my first time going to Labyrinth, and then I'm going to show you exactly how this area works and how to survive it. We're going to cover everything in this video that you need to know before you go down into the Labyrinth yourself. Let's get into it. Okay guys, the first thing we need to discuss is your loadout. A lot of people like to use Altons and Tagilla face masks, and obviously those will offer you the best protection, but I always prioritize the ability to see, so I recommend bringing a helmet and just a good set of ears. For armor, I recommend bringing a tier 6 plate in the front and then either a 5 or a 6 in the back. For the gun, I highly recommend bringing something that's 7.62x51 and make sure the ammo inside can pen tier 6. Shadow of Tagilla's helmet offers him class 6 protection from all angles, and you will need to hit him with at least 2 penetrating headshots in order to take him out. Yes, I said 2, and yes, I said aim for the head. Listen, the SOT Star Axe has 360 health sitting behind a tier 6 plate. Although there's tier 6 protecting his head as well, that only has 105 health, so it's the fastest way to take him down. Again, you can bring whatever gun you want. I found the most success just bringing a meta MDR with a few 50-round mags full of M61. If you watch any of my streams or any of my other videos, you'll know I don't normally recommend using drum mags because of the hit you take to your ergo, but for Labyrinth, it's absolutely necessary. The bosses and the guards will push you so fast that you want to avoid reloading if you can. You're also going to want to make sure you bring a few grenades in order to force enemies to reposition, and also so you can clear corners if you think PMCs are camping there. You're going to want to bring plenty of meds to use while you're inside of the Labyrinth. Just bring your favorites, Salewas, IFAX, whatever. But when you're headed to Labyrinth, you're always going to want to bring a little bit of extra meds because you could encounter some trouble getting to the transit on Shoreline. And speaking of Shoreline, you're going to want to bring an SJ6 and trim it all so you can sprint to the transit spot quickly and basically without stopping. And the last bit of medical equipment that you're not going to want to go to Labyrinth without is an XGG or Perfitorin. It is possible to get poisoned in Labyrinth, and so you're going to want something in order to remove that status condition. Now that we've covered kits and you can start prepping a few to get ready, in order to unlock the ability to actually go to the Labyrinth, you're going to need 2 items, a Labrys access keycard and the Knossos LLC facility key. 2 copies of the Labrys keycard can be attained while working on the story chapter The Labyrinth. Basically, once you progress the story enough, Jaeger's going to go ahead and hand you 2 access keycards, and also a new barter trade will be unlocked with him so you can get more keycards whenever you want. All you need for that barter is 2 salty dog beef sausages, 2 bottles of vodka, and 1 moonshine. Now to gain access to this storyline, just head to the door leading to the Labyrinth located on Shoreline. You can find it by the pool inside of the basement of the West Wing. Let's say you're trying to get here from the jump up spot on the far end of the West Wing, just head inside and go down into the basement. Once you're there, just head towards the pool area and go to the far side of it. You're going to see the door that leads to the transit to Labyrinth right on the end of the pool. Just to get near to it and the story chapter will begin. After this, just go and speak with Jaeger and ask him about the underground facility. Jaeger will then need some time to gather the key cards, about 24 to 48 hours, and then you just revisit him and he will provide you with the 2 key cards and the barter will be unlocked. Now it is a little bit more tricky getting your hands on a copy of the Knossos key. A single copy of this key is guaranteed to spawn in every single Shoreline raid in one of 5 different spawns. There is 1 spawn in the West Wing, 1 in the admin, 2 spawns in the East Wing, and 1 spawn in the storage building behind the East Wing. The West Wing spawn is inside of the security room on the 1st floor located just here on the map. Just head inside and check on top of the desk with the 3 monitors for the key. The spawn inside of admin is inside of the office with the broken door on the 2nd floor located just here on the map. Go ahead and head inside and check on top of the desk with the lamp. The first East Wing spawn is on the key rack by the central staircase on the 2nd floor located just here on the map. If it's there, you'll see it hanging. The second east wing spawn is on the key rack located on the 3rd floor by the central stairs directly above the 2nd floor key rack. Again, just approach the key rack and if it's there, you'll see it. And the final spawn for the Knossos key is inside of the storage building outside of the east wing located just here on the map. Just head inside and look on the desk right around the front of the paperwork. If it's spawned there, you will see it. Now to actually get to the labyrinth, we need to head back down to that door that's located by the pool in the basement of the west wing. This door is locked and you will need your copy of the Knossos key to unlock it. Once the door is unlocked, just head inside and drop down the hole and head into the tunnel. If you have a Labrys keycard on you, you will be able to transit to the labyrinth. A couple of tips here. The first one is to keep your guard up when approaching the Knossos door. Everyone going to Labyrinth is always very kitted and they're always going to get here very fast. So if you have any competition trying to transit, you can expect a difficult fight. The second tip is Shoreline can be dangerous because of the long sight lines and how much ground you'll need to cover depending on your spawn. Once again, I recommend popping an SJ6 and a Trimadol so you'll have unlimited stamina and can just sprint to the transit basically without stopping. Now the third tip I have is make sure you bring some sort of food and water item. You can always find stuff to consume inside a labyrinth or inside of the resort, but you really don't want to be thinking about this or be concerned with this. There's so much loot inside of the labyrinth, guys, you're going to want all of your time to goop that up and fight the PMCs and bosses there, so just bring some food for the trip. Now that we finally made our way to Labyrinth, there's a few things we need to cover first. A Labyrinth raid lasts around 30 minutes and there can be anywhere between 1 and 5 PMCs in this raid with you. It's for this reason that a lot of people like to team up in 5 stacks and head to Labyrinth. If you do that, it's not possible for any other enemy PMCs to be in the Labyrinth with you. So once you guys deal with the bosses, you're free to loot the map at ease. Now each player will randomly spawn into one of the 5 starting rooms: the toxic pool room, the steam hazard room, the fire hazard room, the shotgun trap room, and the toxic puddle room. Note that no enemy AI or PMCs are able to get to you inside of your spawn zone. And because of the recent patch, there will be no tripwires inside of your spawn zone as well. To get out of the spawn area, you're going to need to locate a key to unlock the exit door and also disarm the trap. Now I am not going to cover in this video how to get out of each room, as that would take over an hour and a half to cover. There's so many potential spawns for each key and the method to disarm each trap that by the time I got to the end of covering them all, you guys would be overloaded with information and probably brain dump it all anyway. Instead, what I want to do is give you the keys to success so you know exactly what to do and overcome the spawn rooms on your own. It's like that old expression, give a fish a man, he eats for a day, teach a fish to be a man, he eats for a lifetime, or however it goes. Anyways, the first thing you need to do is have the Labyrinth page open that can be found on the Tarkov fandom wiki. A link to that page is going to be in the video description for you. It's very important that you have this up on your 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th monitor before you head to Labyrinth. Until you've gone to Labyrinth a few times, you won't know which room you spawned in and what trap you need to deal with. So the first thing you need to do when you spawn in, guys, is look for a unique identifier that sets your room apart from the others. This is what I did my first few runs and it worked like a charm. Take a look here. We just spawned in and this is my very first time coming to the Labyrinth. The first thing I notice is how there are 3 open doorways on the right side wall, and then I consult my map that's over on the wiki. If you go through each room, you can see that the only room with 3 open doors on the right side is room number 1, so that's where I must be. Now that I've identified where I am, I need to find the key. This wiki is amazing. It tells you exactly where the key spawns are, and if you click on them, it will give you a more accurate description so you're not running around like a chicken with its head cut off. For example, key spawn number 1 is on the shovel on the ground. So then we go into the room that it shows on the map, and the only place we need to look is on the shovel. If it's not there, we move on to the next key spawn. Use this strategy to quickly identify which room you are in and start looking for these keys. Beware the traps, just keep your eyes open. Now once you find the key, disarm whichever trap you need to deal with in your specific room and then exit it. Once you're on the outside, you will need to deal with the Shadow of Tagilla and his guards. It's very easy to find the Shadow of Tagilla because he is constantly breathing heavy and screaming at you. The hard part is going to be killing him. Take a look at this clip from my first ever encounter with the Shadow of Tagilla. I was using an RSAS here with M80A1 and he was using his semi-auto shotgun full of AP-20 rounds.
На тебя слишком мало шрамов! Когда я тебя найду! Минотавр хочет убивать! Мясо пришло!
Yeah, as you can see, it didn't go too well. Some of the bosses in Tarkov aren't so difficult once you get used to them, but SOT, you need to respect this boss. His reaction time is elite, he's rocking some SpaceX, next-gen NASA aimbot, his ammo is top tier, his armor's class 6, and his health pools are supersized. Here's a clip of my next encounter with him. You'll notice that we deal with him via quick peeks, short bursts towards his head area, and then eventually he goes down.
Мне нужны новые подопытные для продолжения исследования. Дорогие, пожалуйста.
Once the SOT or SOT is taken down, his brother, the Vengeful Killa, will spawn in just a short distance away and sprint towards you. This version of Killa is kitted out and operates just like how Killa normally does on Interchange, so there's really nothing special about him. Once you've dealt with the SOT, Vengeful Killa, and all the guards, you will finally be able to move freely around the map without threat unless any other PMCs spawned. If any PMCs did spawn, just deal with them the same way you would on any other map. Now, assuming you're alone, there are 3 other static threats that you need to be aware of while you move around to loot. The first trap you need to be aware of is there are a few open holes in the ground, and if you fall into these, you will die immediately. They're pretty easy to spot though, so to just keep your eyes peeled and go around them. The second trap is the tripwires with grenades. These can be dealt with in a few ways. They can either be disarmed with your bare hands in 11 seconds or in 3 seconds if you brought a multi-tool. The other thing you can do is just trigger the tripwires by running through them and then run away while the grenade explodes. The final trap you need to be aware of is the poison tip spikes and barbed wire. If you happen to bump into this and get poisoned, just pop one of those XTGs or Perfotorn stims and the poison condition will go away. Now let's talk a little bit about how to navigate the map. The Labyrinth map is actually very small and easy to navigate, so you won't have too much difficulty getting around. The easiest way to reorient yourself and regain your bearings is to look for the tractor and trailer and the enormous green X in the center of the map. Just take note of the way the tractor is facing and then consult your map over on the wiki to see where you're at and where you need to go. If you want to extract, all you need to do is approach the door located just to the right of the X. You don't need to do anything special to use this extract, just get close and your extract timer will begin. Now you may notice that when you enter the middle of the map, an alarm will sound. This can be disabled by pressing any one of the 5 buttons on the walls in the surrounding area. Take a look at the screen here to see a picture of what those buttons look like and just keep your eye out for them. Now there are 3 keys that can be used inside of the labyrinth. The first key is the corpse room key, and that can be used to open the door located here on the map. One copy of this key is guaranteed to spawn in each raid and can be found in any one of 6 possible locations. Take a look at the screen here to see a map showing all 6 possible spawns. Number 1 is on a tractor, number 2 is on a gas cylinder, number 3 is on the package with the candles, number 4 is on another package, number 5 is on another package with candles, and number 6 is on yet another package. Once again guys, it will be way easier for you to search the key spawns by consulting the wiki. Behind the log you're going to find heaps of elite loot scattered around the room both on top and besides the bodies. Search this place thoroughly, it's very good. The second key is the observation room key, and that can be used to open the door located here on the map. One key is guaranteed to spawn in every raid and can be found inside the hand of one of the 5 dead lab technicians that are located around the map. Pictured here is the location of each of those lab technicians. Now behind the lock you will find tons of top tier loot scattered around the room. Again, make sure you check this thoroughly. The third and final key is the Aradne symbol key, and that opens up the door located just here on the map. This key can only be found inside of the labyrinth either on the Sot, Vengeful Killa, or on the Scav bodyguards. The key cannot be taken out of the raid, and behind the lock you'll get access to the Aradne's Path extract. And that's it guys, I hope this video helps you unlock, navigate, and conquer the labyrinth. If it did, make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Tarkov content. Let me know in the comments down below how your labyrinth raids go. Honestly, the entire labyrinth experience is very brutal, so if you're looking for teammates to run it with you, you're welcome to join our Discord. A link to the Discord is in the description. As always, thanks for watching. I'm Ghost, and I'll see you in the next raid.